Hi, Paul Slatkus, Good News Broadcast, speaking to Wanda Brunstetter. Did I have that right?
Yes, Brunstetter.
Hi, Wanda. How are you?
Hi. I'm good. How are you?
Good. I wowed because when I opened up your website, which is yourname.com, right? I saw a beautiful, beautiful. Is that artwork? A family. I sense an Amish family, and I know you've written. Is that what? What is that picture from?
Yeah, I think the one you're referring to is a piece of art. It's a painted picture. And I do have many pictures on my website that my husband has taken when we're in Amish country.
Uh-huh. Where is Amish country?
Well, these days it's pretty much everywhere. The Amish are really moving out into other areas, but the biggest concentration of them is in Holmes County, Ohio, which is where my new book is set, and Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, and then up in northern Indiana. Those are the three biggest communities.
Okay. Well, you are an award-winning best-selling author of Amish novels that will touch your heart and simplify your life. Okay. Yay, Wanda. Thanks for doing that. I have your book in front of me here. An Amish widow starts over in Charm. That's a nice name. Ohio. Okay. So are you, if you don't mind me asking, are you Amish yourself?
No, I'm not Amish, but I do have relatives in my past. My great-great-grandparents belonged to the Anabaptist faith, and my husband grew up in a Mennonite church, so we have ties with the Plain community.
Aha. What is Amish? What makes somebody Amish? Do you know?
Well, the Amish are part of the Anabaptist faith. They actually broke away from the Mennonites, and the Amish are very, very family-oriented, as well as God is the center of their life. God comes first, family second. And they live in the world, but not of the world, which means they don't have electricity in their homes, they don't own cars. So they live a very plain lifestyle, somewhat like our ancestors used to live.
Okay. Well, I guess in addition to be married to somebody from the Mennonite faith, what interested you to then become a writer about novels with Amish people?
Well, as my husband and I began to make Amish friends, and we have many of them now, I saw them in a different light. I think too many times people are curious about the Amish. As they drive through Amish communities, they see them as a curiosity, and they don't really understand who they are and why they're the way they are. They don't realize they're a lot like us. In many ways, they just choose to live a different lifestyle, and I want my readers to understand the Amish the way that I do.
Okay. Well, that's simple enough. Well, they are human beings like us, right? So have the same kinds of emotions, happy, sad, and love, and frustrations, and so on and so forth. So tell me about your latest, Lydia's Charm.
Well, it is set in the quaint little town of Charm, Ohio, which my husband and I have been to many times, and we have Amish friends that live in the area. So I thought it would be a unique setting for the book. Lydia is a widow who did live in Illinois with her young son, and she's starting over in Charm, Ohio. She's moved there to help her mother, who is taking care of the aged grandfather. And so the change is hard for Lydia to uproot and start over. But Lydia meets two men while she's there, so there's a love triangle involved. One of the men, his entire family, are little people, and he's the only one in the family who's not. So he feels that he needs to be there for them and take care of them, so he really thinks he can never get married. And the other man is a widower who has 4 lively young boys who need a mother very bad. So Lydia has these two men that she's interested in and has to choose.
Okay. And I venture to say that she does. But we're not going to know now. You son of a gun, come on. Tell me what happens. No, don't tell me. I'm just kidding. So, okay. Wanda's book sales have toppled the 4.5 million mark. Oh, this is working out well, right? What do you think it is about this concept of writing about the Amish that has helped to become so successful and so many people are interested in it?
I think it's because we're all, in this world that we're living in, we're all craving to slow down a bit, to get back to our roots and to what's really important. And by reading the Amish books or visiting Amish country, it takes us into that plainer life, the life that our ancestors came from, really.
Well, what are some kinds of things? Refresh our memories of what life was like without being here in New York City, and taking the subway and having seen probably 800 people by the time, 4,000 signs by the time, but I personally am a small town guy and grew up in a little small town up in Westchester in Tarrytown. And I try my best, I got a little backyard here in the city, to live a small town life. I know the local, I had a little shoe store my family had. I know in New York even, I know the local, merchants. I shop locally. What do you think it is about the way of life? Remind us of what that lifestyle is.
Yeah, and I think you're proving that we can get some of that lifestyle no matter where we live. We can plant a garden in a patio box.
That's a good thought.
And I think, just getting back to some of the basics, perhaps planting a garden, visiting more. I mean, we have become very unsocial in that, we're all into electronics. I've watched my grandkids play with their electronic games and not even be able to socialize. So I think we can learn something from the Amish about the time they spend together working and playing together, both.
Teachers should keep Wanda's children's books in mind for their school bookshelf. So what children's book did you create?
I have an 8-book series called Rachel Yoder, Always Trouble Somewhere. It's for kids 8 to 12. And they're very fun books, but they also teach lessons. And I think the children who read them can learn a little bit about what it is like to take life a little slower and to enjoy some of the plain things, the simple things in life.
So are these based also on Amish lifestyles?
Yeah, they are Amish-themed books, and they have a lot of humor in them, which I know kids enjoy.
Oh yeah, what would be something funny in the book? A situation.
Rachel, the always trouble somewhere girl, decides one day she's going to race one of the kids in her class downhill on her sled. It's a snowy winter day, and she ends up right in the creek. Because she's in such a hurry to beat this kid, she ends up in the creek and she's drenched. And I've heard many kids tell me, "Oh, I love that scene." Do you foresee at some point your books being created as a movie? I don't know. Could be. It would be exciting.
Well, I think here, actually, I'm an interfaith minister myself, and I love everybody's religion and or no religion or whatever anybody wants to think. I love peaceful, loving, caring, kind people, and I believe here in America that the religion. So Amish is a religion. Literally, is a religion. How do I think about that? It's a religion or a lifestyle?
Well, that's how. Yeah, we see it as a religion, but the Amish will tell you this is our lifestyle. They say that their religion is Jesus Christ, and Amish is their lifestyle.
Okay, so however they feel comfortable with it, but I guess the point that I was alluding to is the fact that religion is on the up. It seems like a lot of people are becoming more appreciative, or going back to their religion, maybe that they were born in, or maybe going into a new religion, are trying to find spirit out there.
Right.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think you're right, and I think it's part of that. Because of the world we're living in and the way it is, we are craving to get back to that. Because that's how our country was founded.
It was founded in what way, you mean?
It was founded, the people who left were under persecution, most of them, especially the Amish, and they came here for religious freedom.
Were there Amish people in like Europe? I mean, this is a European, initially, a European country, right? Most of America, I did multicultural marketing, so I learned that, at that point, maybe 20 or so years ago, half of this country was either English or German, English areas and Germany. And they left persecuted. Is there Amish in Hungary?
No, actually, the Amish that
I don't know why I keep saying
Amish.
I'm sorry.
Well, that's okay. They were in Germany and they were in Switzerland. And at this particular time, there are still Mennonites in those countries, but not Amish. The Amish settlements are all over in this part of the country now, and some up in Canada as well.
Wow, it must be fascinating. Well, it's a lot of good things going on. Congratulations on your success in sharing this portrait, and have a lot of comments on your website and your book. That's a lot of nice thinking, and you're share a lot of respectability amongst the community. Last question: what's good news for you, Wanda?
Well, I'm working on a brand new series,
okay,
and that will release in the spring. And the new series is set in Kentucky, where there's a very small Amish community.
Okay. Well, congratulations. Keep up the good work. I think I sense that you're very happy doing what you're doing. Is that so?
I am. I love it. I love writing, and I love being with the Amish.
Sounds great to me. Wanda, thank you very much for sharing great news. Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Okay, bye-bye.